I'm going to blow a bunch of people's minds. I'm a liberal. I'm also MAGA. I helped Trump get elected. Trump's a liberal. He may as well be a Democrat, but he's not willing to ruin ruin people's lives, ruin one group of people's lives in order to help another group, like everybody else who picks sides typically is, even the middle ground. They're a group that thinks the two sides are, need to be defeated. The whole dynamic of the culture wars is pure madness. I have a lot of gay friends. I'm happy when they're happy. I support people who are doing better than me. I don't typically make my problems other people's burdens. I actually have actual problems with that myself, where I'll underplay the problems that I have just so that I won't be a burden to somebody else, to a level that's self-destructive. So it's actually a problem that I have, uh, that I'm too much like that. Uh, my whole life I was agnostic slash atheist. I was anti-religion. Um, I love science. It's my favorite thing. Um, I like real science. Not the kind that's uh, manipulative and faith based. Uh, I was sick my whole life. Um, it made it very hard for me to be who I could have been, um, and living at the level that I could have lived at. While I was sick, I was doing everything that I could to not be a burden, to anybody, even though I was still a burden to my parents, because they helped me out. Um, Even though I criticize a lot of things, I'm supportive of the people who are trapped in certain lifestyles, that are destructive to themselves. And I don't mean gay. Um, Usually I'm meaning prostitution, the heart of slavery. Um, I'm against uh, playing God, punishing people, uh, making people pay for things uh, that we think they're doing, when we don't have the ability to have all the information. Um, what else? I try to protect people from scammers. I try to give people information that I think will be helpful to them to be more successful, because it's the kind of personality I have. I like people succeeding, even if I don't really succeed in the process. Um, I like people being safe in their lives. Um, I tend to judge the judgers and um, play distraction to people who are oppressing other people. Doesn't matter what politics they follow or what side they think they're on. If they're oppressing people, I'll try to help defend the people who are being oppressed. Um, I used to have, uh, before I got involved in social politics, I used to lie a lot to protect myself, um, but it was never on a scale where it mattered, except for the people who keep an eye on all of us, they would use it to try to change my mind and influence me and whatever, because they just jump to conclusions about what I thought, what I believed, um, and what I really wanted, because I wasn't joining in the orgy-like lifestyle that everybody else is involved in, because it just wasn't, it's like I had too many hang-ups with how I looked because I was sick, and it made it hard to be fit. Uh, I've changed a lot, and how I think. I've changed my mind a lot. Um, I've left my old, well, I used to leave a lot more, but my old things that I've said that I was wrong about, I've left them out in the public domain so that they could be analyzed by people who are smart, so that they could see where information comes from. So, through the links of the people that I've, learned the wrong things from, they can see uh, who's believing what, um, based on the things that I believed and have changed my mind from. But I still, except for stuff that is really uh, detrimental to people, because because a lot of people would just believe the things that I would say. If it was that detrimental, if it was that wrong, I would get rid of it, because it's just, the people who keep an eye on everybody have already seen it. And the smart ones have already linked the information together, so it would be easier to fix, social engineer back to normal kind of thing. If you can find out where the misinformation is coming from, you can solve it. But now we've got people spreading misinformation to find out who else is spreading misinformation, completely disconnecting themselves from the process, when in reality the people who are creating, you know things like crimes in order to catch criminals, a lot of times end up being the source of most of the crime, and end up manipulating people into becoming worse than they would have been without the help of, those good guys. There's a lot going on, that that I've I've learned about and have involved myself in, because when I feel like I can add information or context to a situation that people are working on, to help speed up the process, I will, because it's like, if it's one of those situations where if you don't do it, who will? you know and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from what I was wrong about, where I've learned it from, and I've learned a lot about, just a lot of things that I've been interested in. It's like my science is an information science, so it's like I've got a nice foundation to work on, that I've been able to help, that I've been able to use to sort out the things that I've been wrong about. Thank goodness. It's like whenever I follow like a conspiracy theory, I always hope I'm wrong, and I'm just looking for evidence that I'm wrong. Um, but but uh, but it's hard to get people to help work on that level. They're too busy working on the solving stupid level, which is impossible. You can't solve stupid. Not in any kind of social engineering kind of way. All you end up doing is pushing people away, and making them double down on the things that they're wrong about. So, and most people just assume everything that I've just said is a lie, and it's being said to cover up something, because they're not conspiracy theorists. It's me. Even though, it's like I do admit to being a conspiracy theorist, because again, it's like, a lot of times things seem a certain way, and I'm trying to find the information to prove me wrong, because thankfully I found a lot of information that proved the things that I was thinking were wrong. One of them is actually finding out God exists. 10 minutes.